Did you ever look for documentation and you couldn't find it right away, specifically if you're using your mobile device? If this sounds familiar and you're curious how to get a better handle on this, you came to the right place. Hello, my name is Markus Mueller. I'm the founder of Pristine Systems. And in this video, I will show you a general data structure that you can use specifically for your online tools, such as Confluence. But it will work as well for a regular hard drive. This is a structure that I propose that you could use. It's based on years of experience and works pretty well in most small organizations. If you think about how big organizations are structuring their data, they break it down in different areas, pretty much by division or departments, if you will. Something like board, finance, HR, legal, the investors. Yeah, if you're a small company, you might have to open up some information for investors. Regulatory and accreditation, that's very important, for example, for the medical industry because it's mandatory. And then last but not least, the company and many other areas that we talk in a second video because it's just too much information. So let's take it from the top. Think about that you want to protect some information from the rest of the organization, specifically if you own the business. This is particularly important if you just have 2 or 3 employees or below 10, I would say, because not everybody should know everything. At least this is a common opinion of most of my clients. You can do it differently, but most of the organizations that I have seen, you will find different areas for different people. So the board area, for example, should have limited access only for board members. Now, what would be in there? As an example, you have strategic documents, the business plan, and competitor analysis. This is an important one because if you collect some information about your competition and you open it up to everybody in your company, you're kind of starting losing employees by doing this because they know much more based on different analysis available to them. The next one would be finance. This might be a hot topic for some organizations. So you want to limit access maybe together with a CPA and a board member. Yeah, in there would be all financial information, including compensation strategies. So how do you want to go forward about some things? And then the details about the salaries and so forth can be found in HR. Yeah, HR, again, limited access with an HR group. They may or may not be board members here. If you have a support team that is at a lower salary band, you don't want to have board level there. In there, you will have performance reviews, salaries, development plans for individual employees, and so forth. The next one would be legal. So in the legal area, you have limited access with attorneys and board members. Something like the operating agreement, contracts with vendors and customers, insurance policies, your EIN number, and everything legal, basically. And the next one is investors. So if you have investors in your organization, you want to make sure that they have access to basic information because they give you money. They have the right to know, right? So the business plan should be in there, key process indicators, status documents in exchange for whatever the discussion was with the investors. If you want to keep them up to date every quarter or every month, this is up to you. And then the next one is regulatory or accreditation. So this is really a mandatory thing for the medical industry, as mentioned before. Some certifications or also preparation for audits also belong in this area. And this, up to this point here, you see there are many different external people possibly involved in this. So regulators, investors, an attorney, an HR person or company that might be outsourced. You have a CPA who is likely not working, is not on your payroll directly, and then your internal board. So you can see all of these areas need to have different access rights, so limited access rights. And the easiest way to do this is with a tool like Confluence. You can Google it. Confluence from Atlassian is one of the web-based tools. You also can have a local license and host the data on your own server. But this is a very simple way of managing all the access rights for the different spaces, as they call it. So you can set up different spaces for different areas and then just tell the system that a certain amount of people can only use board information, finance, HR, and so forth. So finally we come to the company area, which means all employees can read this information. This is, if you will, the good old intranet. So everything that's going on within your company and things that you want to have there is, for example, the company history, the vision statement, mission statement, certain policies, standard operating procedures, guidelines, roles and responsibilities, lessons learned, the handbook, training and onboarding materials, incentives, activities within the company, and so forth. We break it at this point, and in the second video I show you the backside of this card. If you found this information helpful and you would like to get more of my small business systems tips absolutely free, then please visit www.freesmallbusinessvideos.com.